They feel shame. They think they're a bad person because they did these things and now they're off track.
Yeah.
But if we create a lifestyle where those things aren't taboo and they aren't off limits, we try to stop getting back to 1,200 calories because we know now that it hasn't been working for you for the last 20, 30 years. Why are you trying to get back to that? It's not a matter of willpower. It's not a matter of discipline with being able to get back on track with something that was too restrictive in the first place. You can't get back on track with something that was not sustainable. You're just fucking perpetuating the cycle. Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Show your support for the podcast by joining our Patreon community, where you get exclusive content which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to hundreds of lower calorie, higher protein, family-friendly recipes.
And now all Patreon members receive exclusive access to a private Facebook group. Now let's cut the crap.
All right, here we go. Beth.
What's up?
Hi.
We haven't spoken. I mean, we've spoken. Text.
Who the fuck are you? No.
Matt. Who is Matt? We took a 2-week hiatus.
We did from recording. We needed it.
We totally needed it. And wasn't it? I don't know. I felt weird. I was like, I'm missing something right now. Like I should be doing something.
I definitely felt like I was missing something.
But I was on the island. There was no internet. It was very spotty. And so that was so awesome for me just to completely disconnect, because I have a hard time disconnecting even when I say I'm going to disconnect.
Same.
So I actually need to go to a fucking island.
You need to go somewhere where it's literally forcing you to disconnect.
Pretty much.
So Beth, I know where you went, but for everybody listening, where the hell were you just at?
So my brother came into town with his boyfriend and he set up a little trip for us because he's been to Monhegan Island. It's a little island off the coast of Maine. It's about 12 miles off Port Clyde. And it's an hour ferry ride. And it's the most magical place ever. There's hiking everywhere. There's little tiny beaches. There's artists everywhere, like painting, really nice restaurants. It's just very relaxing. I can't believe it's right near me and I've never been. So I was excited to go. My son went with us and he loved it because there's this little house every night from 6 to 8 was like, it's called Fatty Natty's, nighttime fatty or so, get fatty or something like that. And there was desserts, like $5 desserts that this woman made, all different kinds. And every night was a different dessert.
Ooh.
So we would go in there and she would have this whole, like her counter was just different cakes. And like one night was like, make your own cookie sandwiches and ice cream. And I mean, it was insane. So we had that every single night.
Cool.
That was pretty cool.
Sounds awesome. So it's a little bit developed then. There's businesses there and people live there.
Yeah, but it's very old school. It's hard to explain. It's very just small town. It's an island and, there's no cars.
Yeah. I'm trying to picture it because I saw some of the pictures and videos that you posted. And it reminds, what it sounds like to me is a place I went to last summer, South Manitou Island on Lake Michigan in Michigan.
Okay. Did you go camping over there?
Yep. I went camping.
Okay.
I went backpacking. We had to pack in everything, all of our water, our food, everything. There's no businesses and nobody lives there anymore. So it's just completely isolated. But sounds like that was a little bit more isolated than where you were at. But it sounds like the same general thing, except this has like one general store. Because actually people live there. People actually live there. And then there's like one, I think there's like a little fire department, but it's kind of closed unless you have like an emergency or, there's not much. Like the general store was, I can't even explain it. Well, cool. You've got my interest peaked. I definitely need to go check that out.
I want everyone to go now. I mean, it's just so magical, really. That's one way to explain it.
That'd be next to it. That'd be a very hard one to organize right there.
It's the getting there. You really have to bring what you need.
Yeah.
And because you're really not going to be able to get it when you're there.
Pack everything in that you need for sure.
And just walk everywhere. Like the trails are very easy accessible. They're very easily marked. I was able to walk by myself and hike to watch the sunrise, which
that's your thing right there.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I love that.
And you could see the sunrise and the sunset, which was even better.
Both sides of the island.
One side, you're like, go walk to see the sunrise. And the other side, you go walk to see the sunset.
Best of both worlds. Hell yeah. Very cool. Island life.
I know.
How was the rest of your August? I know you did your Team BFF retreat.
Team BFF came out here. We were going to hike Mount Katahdin, but it was shitty ass weather. So we just hung out and ate a lot of snacks.
Fuck yeah.
We did a little photo shoot. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Good. I'm glad you guys did that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, my August was good. You were running and gunning the entire month of August, whereas I was kind of laying low and just honestly just taking care of myself and doing some self-care, working around the house and just relaxing because I've been on running and gunning for a part of a year now too. So I needed it. I'm mowing my own lawn. I'm working on my own house again, which is nice. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Makes me feel normal.
Right.
Rather than neglecting these things because I'm gone all the time. So
you were traveling a lot.
I was. It got to a point where I was like, okay, I need to slow this down because that's a goal of mine is to be able to travel the world and run my business and everything. But first of all, I'm not there yet. But also still, I've got responsibilities here at home. So I can't just be running off and doing those things. So yeah, it's more like, okay, maybe I just limit it to like 5 or 6 times a year or something, So every other month, do a little trip or something. So yeah, for sure. But September is going to be wild. I'm going to Cabo this weekend for my cousin's 40th birthday party.
Okay.
And my other cousin, she turned 40 already, like a month ago. So we're going to just lump them all together. So that'll be fun. I've never been to Cabo.
Nice.
So going to go out there, I'm going to do some snorkeling while I'm there. We're going to go on a sunset cruise because there's they have these arches out in the middle of the ocean that we're going to go visit, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah. Fun. For sure. Is that like a 4 or 5 day thing?
Yep. So we're leaving Saturday and then we'll come home Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think it's 4 days, five nights or something like that. So yeah, it'll be awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
Totally. And then the 5K or the 10K is coming up, right? Which we talked about this a little bit, but I'm not going to be able to do it.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
I'm really fucking bummed. I've been debating on still coming and supporting you. And I think Mandy's doing it, right?
Yeah, she is.
I might, I don't know, because I get home from the one trip and then I'll just be leaving for another trip. And that's literally what I'm talking about and trying to avoid.
Right.
But I'm just really bummed that I am rehabbing my ankle. My ankle is getting better now, but it's still not to a place where I can go beat the hell out of it on a trail. Yeah. And I'm certainly not a place where I can even train right now. So
right. Yeah, that's the thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard listening to your fucking body.
It is. It is like, no, damn it, just work. I've been doing that for the past year. I've been just doing things, and I haven't been letting my ankle heal, which is why I'm in the situation now. So it's my own fucking fault.
Fuck. That's what I mean. That was me yesterday. I was so sore from my leg workout. It's a new mesocycle, so. Of course, I trained really fucking hard in my quads and I didn't expect to be as sore as I was. I could barely sit down on the toilet. And yesterday was my training run was 50-minute run and 7 hill sprints that had to be a minute each.
Ouch.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful day and I knew today was going to be raining. And I'm like, the whole day, like, fuck, I'm really so sore. Like, this is going to, do I do this? So I was going back and forth with myself. I'm like, all right, even my son, he was like, Mom, if you're that sore, you probably shouldn't be. And I'm like, you're right. You're totally right.
He's listening to you.
Just wait till tomorrow because you can do it tomorrow. You don't have any workouts tomorrow. It's an off day from running. So I just took yesterday, made it today and it worked out. I wasn't as sore this morning. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And that's a good point too. Even as coaches, it's hard for us to do these things sometimes. Like we know what we're supposed to be doing. It's quieting our inner voices to tell them to shut up, essentially,
And we can tell you guys what to do and but it's when it's our goddamn selves. And that's why we have coaches.
That's why we have coaches too, to reel us in when our emotions are, because that's the thing. We know logically that we should listen to our body and take some time off, but our emotions are saying otherwise. Our emotions like, no, you're going to ruin all your progress if you stop or take some break or whatever, and that's just simply not true, which is why a coach is great for helping you think logically.
Yeah.
Emotions are a bitch.
Yeah, they are.
So September's shaping up to be really busy for us here because we're doing that free coaching giveaway as well for the month of September. Fucking like 500 people applied the first day. So
that's awesome.
Oh, okay. I was not prepared for that. I was expecting maybe like 50, 60 people. Like, oh yeah, it'll be easy to go through that many applications and everything. Nope. So now I'm like working full time to go through all those. So
yeah, that's hard.
By the time this episode is out, at least that'll be over with, and we'll have gone through everything and gotten everybody set up with the free month of September. So yeah,
yeah, awesome. Baby.
Yeah.
All right.
So Beth, what do we want to talk about today? Because I think it relates to kind of where you're coming from with your recent trips.
Yes. So I know it's the end of summer. We're heading into the school year. Some people probably already have started school. I know in other places, but we don't start till next week, which is September 7th is my son's son's first day.
So when we're recording this, it's August 30th for reference for everybody here.
Yeah. So September next week, you guys will probably hear this after. But I, as we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, had a very busy month of August. Literally, I was eating out a lot. I had so many visitors. You know, when you have visitors, I live in Maine. So of course, everyone wants to go out and get lobster rolls and all, you know, the main things, you know, blueberry this and lobster that, crab this. I'm not vacationing, okay? Right? But I'm taking these people everywhere. And it was my 10-year anniversary. It was my sober anniversary. And then my brother was here. So it was just a month of eating out a lot, not on my normal schedule. I still got my workouts and my runs and my walks in, but I didn't really eat at home that much. And I felt it. You know, my body's like, you need a veggie, you need some fruit, you need water and sleep. Like I was at my wit's end. It's like, you know, you just feel sluggish. So I made a video talking about it. And a lot of the comments I got in the video were about, you know, yeah, I got to get back on track. The back on track thing. I want to talk about that because there's no track, right? It's just life. Like life happens.
Not a train. We're not fucking going one direction, backwards and forwards.
You're always one meal away from, you know, I'm going to say the word being back on track. But you
we'll use that. We'll say that in the context of the comment that we received.
But you know what I mean? So it's like in between these going out to eat and stuff, I was still, if I was able to make breakfast at home, I would do that. I wasn't like fucking off left and right, but I just felt the eating out a lot.
You were off your
my routine. I was off my routine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I get a lot of people that were just like, yeah, the whole summer was this and that. And I really got to get back on track. And you know, when I hear that, I hear, you know, that what are you going to do? What is that? What is exactly does that mean? Because for me, getting back on track is just doing what I was doing before. It literally just means making my meals at home and going to my regular gym schedule and things like that.
Now, what you said in there too about summer, like summer happened, right? Here's the fucking reality is summer happens every damn year. Mm-hmm. So you spend every year spending 3 or 4 months off track because summer's here, kids are home from school. Like that. No, we need to create a lifestyle where you can still navigate summer and cookouts and vacations, kids being home and things like that.
Yeah. And that same thing with holidays, anniversaries, birthdays.
They're all coming.
It ties into there's never going to be a perfect time to start. Mm-hmm. So might as well fucking start now. You don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till
the perfect time is actually when everything's on fire around you, in my opinion. Trial by fire, motherfucker. Let's go.
That's actually, there's science behind that.
There is. Our most successful clients
pull it up for you, but I don't.
Our most successful clients have started when they are going through a divorce, when they've lost a family member, when they've lost a job, all of these things. They're like, well, fucking everything else is imploding around me. Might as well start working on myself now. So it's like, absolutely. I love that mindset. And I know those people are going to be successful.
Yeah, agree.
Because they're not waiting for the moon and the stars and whatever else to align for them to get started. So getting back on track. Okay. So yeah, like I said earlier, what is there to get back on track with? We aren't a fucking rail. Choo-choo, motherfucker. We're not going back and forth one direction, right? There's many directions. Many directions, okay? We're not a sprint car just driving in circles or NASCAR driving in circles. You're going to go left, you're going to go right, you're going to go backwards, you're going to go forwards, you're going to go up, you're going to go down. So let's learn to navigate that.
Yeah.
When I hear get back on track, here's where my mind goes. This person is being too restrictive. This person is being too strict. This person is probably trying to get back to a 1,200 calorie diet, which led them to getting off track in the first place. Yeah. This person is probably eliminating carbohydrates. This person is probably telling themselves that sugar is bad, so they're not allowing themselves to have those sweet treats. And then when they finally do, they feel guilty about it. They feel shame. They think they're a bad person because they did these things and now they're off track.
Yeah.
But if we create a lifestyle where those things aren't taboo and they aren't off limits, we try to stop getting back to 1,200 calories because we know now that it hasn't been working for you for the last 20, 30 years. Why are you trying to get back to that? It's not a matter of willpower. It's not a matter of discipline with being able to get back on track with something that was too restrictive in the first place. You can't get back on track with something that was not sustainable. You're just fucking perpetuating the cycle.
Exactly. That's why we have to create a lifestyle that we can stick to. Like I know what to do. It's like, so everyone's gone. I'm not taking anyone out to eat anymore. You know, I'm not going on a ferry to an island and traveling 6 hours to drop someone off at the airport. That's another thing. I was in the car a lot. So you just go back to what you were doing. There's nothing's different for me.
Yes, totally. And
literally the fucking same. same. Everyone's like, let me see your meals. I'm like, they're going to be the same fucking meals that I always show because I'm not like going into a deficit. I'm just getting back to my life as it was
a month ago, for sure.
Yeah.
And you said something in there too, which is really important for everyone to understand is you are still doing some things during all this madness. You are still doing what you could do during all this time. And that right there is key to getting back on track, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I was focusing something
what I could control. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, okay, I can get my workouts in. That I made sure to get my workouts in. I made sure I was doing the 5K a day. So I'm getting that in. I was getting my runs in. I'm doing that race in September. So I couldn't just say, yeah, I'm just going to stop everything. This month has been a shit show. So might as well just wait till everyone's gone. No, I still did what I could do.
Yeah. And that is how you get back on track, so to say, because you're never getting off track then.
Right.
Because you're still living your life and doing what you can. And that's just seasons of life. They come and go. Some seasons of life are going to be incredibly busy, stressful, chaotic. Some of them are going to be more chilled and laid back. But we're always going to be wanting to do the things that do something, whether that's, like you said, get back to your new normal. Maybe that's a 5-minute walk a day, a 10-minute walk a day. That's one thing I always do when I travel is when I get back, I go on my walk first thing in the morning the next day. I don't care if I got home at 2:00 in the morning, I'm still going on my walk. Maybe it's a little bit later, but I'm still going on my walk. And even while I'm traveling and doing all these things, I'm still for the most part being active and trying to eat pretty well, nutritious foods, fiber, fruits, vegetables, and things like that.
Yeah. And that's important that you say that when you come back, that is the hardest part of actually getting started again, as people just continue on that vacation lifestyle.
For sure. And I think part of that is because part of that vacation lifestyle for so many people, because they're so goddamn restricted 11 months out of the year, that their lifestyle or their vacation is just a free for all. It's a fucking orgy. It's a buffet every day for them,
Yes.
An orgy of all the different foods and alcohols and everything because they haven't been allowing themselves to have it, So then they spend a week, 2 weeks eating everything, not moving, feeling like shit. And then of course they get back home and they're going to feel like shit because they've been treating their body like shit the entire time they were on vacation. But because they just felt like they finally had freedom to let loose a little bit.
Right.
If you feel like vacation is time for you to be free from your diet and exercise, that's no program. That's no plan for you. You're a slave to your diet and your program then.
Absolutely.
Very disheartening.
Water break.
Water break. We all need it.
Water break. What else is going on? What else did I want to talk about?
I don't know. Well, I know something that I wanted to talk about too. We could kind of make this a 2-part, not 2-part episode, but a couple of different topics here. This is a common theme we both hear and we always do, but I've been hearing it more frequently lately is overeating at night. Overeating at night. Like people overeat at night, and I'm talking to the same people that are still struggling with overeating at night. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why people tend to overeat at night. Okay, it falls kind of in line with what I was talking about with being so restrictive, right?
Oh yeah.
So you're overeating at night mostly because you're undereating throughout the day. Like
people are afraid to eat bigger meals during the day.
I would say 90% of people that we talk to,
they
can fix
snacks.
their overeating by just eating earlier in the day and eating more throughout the day.
Your meals should not look like snacks, but all you do is fucking snack all day. So you're never fully satisfied.
You're not a fucking bird.
No. You don't eat breakfast, you drink coffee, then your first meal's at fucking noon because you've had 8 cups of coffee, and then you have a protein bar because you're super busy. And then 2 or 3 o'clock comes around, it's just a consistent cycle. That's when it starts.
Right, it does, exactly. That same person will lose their mind when we tell them to eat 400 or 500 calories for breakfast, but then they won't bat an eye at eating 1,500 calories at 9 o'clock at night.
Matt, there's no way I can eat 500 calories for breakfast.
Right. But
you hear that a lot, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You want me to eat how much? You mean
there's no way.
I eat that much. It's impossible. Well, you have no problem fucking doing it at 9, 10 o'clock
right?
at
like,
night.
So what happens? The fucking sun goes down. You throw down 1,000 calories in one sitting. You don't have a problem with that. But hey, it's in little increments. It's not a one big plate, Matt,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Imagine
so
that.
It's not like
it's 200 calories here, 200 calories there, 300 calories from the chips that you just grabbed a handful of while you're walking by. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So let's talk about that for a couple of minutes here.
I'd love to.
Let's talk about how we can combat overeating at night by eating earlier in the day and eating more throughout the day. So what do we recommend for combating overeating at night? We're not going to talk about emotional and stress eating right now because that's an entirely different beast.
Yeah.
Let's work on getting more food into your system earlier in the day. And if you continue to overeat it late at night, then we can look at emotional and stress eating if that's or what are these habits and behaviors that are leading leading to you overeating. But let's get these basics under control first instead of trying to fucking fix something that isn't actually a problem. So we already said it, right? So for most people can benefit from eating breakfast, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I know there's the non-breakfast people out there, and that's fine. If that works for you and you're not overeating at night, we're not talking to you, okay?
For sure.
So you need to take what you want and leave the rest with this one. But 98% of the population could benefit from eating breakfast.
Totally. There, I mean, how much of our population is unhealthy and overweight and obese? I mean, 50+%, 70+%. So let's look at if you are skipping breakfast and you are overeating at night, right there is your solution. Stop skipping breakfast.
Exactly.
See how you feel later at night.
But I'm not hungry, Matt. Breakfast makes me nauseous.
Yeah, they're not
hungry. I'm just throwing out. Like,
no,
these are things I hear.
These are things we hear. You're not hungry because you've been telling your body to shut the fuck up every time it's telling you that you're hungry for 20, 30, 40 years. You have no hunger cues left.
Exactly. So you can recreate those hunger cues by starting to eat in the morning, and maybe not a full 500 calorie breakfast. Could start out with a smoothie, just getting those hunger hormones back. When the world feels crazy and chaotic, remember that you don't have to. You deserve to take control of your mental and physical health. Cured Nutrition is trying to make it easier for you to do just that. Formulated with their trinity of ingredients, a blend of full spectrum cannabinoids, functional mushrooms, and adaptogens, Serenity Gummies are your answer to finding the calm in every storm. Cured wants you to feel good about feeling good. They took their time formulating their Serenity Gummies. They left out the artificial flavors, sugars, and dyes, and replaced them with ingredients that actually live up to their clean label, wellnessy word. I've recently started taking Serenity Gummies at night for my nighttime routine to help me get settled after a long, stressful day, and they've been really easing me into a great nighttime sleep. Right now, Cured is extending an exclusive offer to you, our listeners. You can grab a bag of Serenity Gummies for 20% off by visiting www.curednutrition.com/CTC and using the coupon code CTC at checkout. That's CURED nutrition.com/CTC and coupon code CTC at checkout to save 20% to protect your peace and pop a gummy.
Let's talk about hunger hormones then too. So one of the big ones is ghrelin. So this is one of the big problems then too with not eating enough and skipping breakfast is your ghrelin can get out of control, which that's your hunger hormone. That's going to make you crave food. It's going to make you hungry even though you're not actually hungry, or maybe you are hungry and your body just isn't communicating. Or well, let's be real here. Your body's always communicating. Your body's definitely sending these signals that you are hungry. You've just lost touch with them. So we need to get in touch with them with mindfulness there.
Yeah.
Your body's telling you. You just need to learn how to fucking listen to it. So what do we talk about then with breakfast is let's get a high protein breakfast and hopefully some fiber in there. Now, the reason why we recommend high protein, high fiber for breakfast is because that's going to be very satisfying, right? Think of oatmeal. You eat a bowl of oatmeal with some fruit or something on it, you're probably going to be very satisfied for 4, 5, 6+ hours. I know I can eat it, and sometimes I'll forget to eat lunch because I'm still satisfied from breakfast, and I'll be eating lunch 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
So protein and fiber should be the focus point of breakfast if you are overeating at night. 30 grams of protein, would love to see you start there. Get some fiber, 5 grams of fiber, whatever it might be. You're probably whatever Pop-Tarts you're eating, they don't have any protein, they don't have any fiber. Okay. So Pop-Tarts are fine.
Add those to your yogurt bowl.
And you make a great recipe for that.
Yeah. I mean, you get what you're craving and get what you need at the same time.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is Pop-Tarts have a place in our diet. But if you're just having just the Pop-Tart, that's probably not the greatest move right
There's
there.
There's no fucking protein in there.
There's no protein. There's no fiber. You're going to spike your blood sugar right away, which is going to cause a drastic drop in your blood sugar, which is going to continue to perpetuate the cycle of overeating and eating all these sugary foods.
Yeah. It's just knowing your macronutrients and the role they play.
I just talked about this in group coaching. Literally last night, we're doing a 2-week thing about macros.
Yeah.
We talked about mindful macros yesterday, and let's talk about some macros and what role that each macro plays into our satiety and overeating. How about that?
That's why, when people like, well, carbs make me fat and carbs all they do is make me hungry or whatever it's like, well, because you need to pair it with the protein and fiber. It's like building a balanced plate. No one knows how to build a balanced plate. This should be taught in school. If it is, then they fucking forget about it. I don't know. Yeah. But the protein, fats, and carbs, it's just like, what does your plate look like? Do you have all three on there? And then the fiber?
For sure. Well said, Beth. Now, I'll say keeping hunger at bay then. So let's talk about keeping a steady, satisfaction level with your hunger throughout the day. So protein, carbohydrates, and fats in conjunction, okay? We want to, like Beth was just saying, you need to have that balanced approach. Just focusing on one or the other of these macros is going to leave some stuff out on the table. So protein is one of the most satisfying foods out there. It provides the most perceived satiety. Not only that, but it also helps to slow digestion, and it makes you feel full for longer, and it can help to reduce that hunger hormone ghrelin. So if you forgot what hunger hormone ghrelin does, it makes you hungry. It makes you crave food. It makes you want to eat. It's literally its entire fucking job. Okay, so eating protein will reduce that hunger hormone right there. Carbohydrates, on the other hand, we see them as this taboo thing, right? Something that's forbidden and off limits, which is bullshit, because if done right, carbohydrates are fantastic for
energy,
satisfied energy. That's what they are, right?
That's why they say to eat carbohydrates before your workout or your run. Yeah. Why? Because you need the fucking energy.
Now, that doesn't mean chips. We're not talking about fucking potato chips.
I mean, yeah, right, exactly.
We're talking about if we're fueling our body with carbohydrate, a banana 30 minutes before your workout, or a meal with some rice or potatoes or something a couple of hours before your workout. That's how we're talking about fueling your body for performance, and just to make sure that you're eating a balanced diet and being satisfied. So they do provide that energy. We have simple carbs and complex carbs. The simple carbs would be the banana that we were talking about that prior to the workout. And then the good thing is, if you're eating these complex carbs and simple carbs, such as fruit and vegetables and things like that, you're going to be getting the fiber with that. And fiber, of course, increases satiety, and it can make you feel full for longer. Okay. And then not only that, then we have fats. People forget about fats, and actually fats still fucking get demonized because of the bullshit stuff that we went through in the 80s and 90s of low fat.
Oh my God, everything low fat. Yeah.
Everything was low fat, which
that's for hormone health.
We know now that did a lot more harm than no good, essentially. We're still kind of combating that one, because fat is our friend too.
Fat doesn't make you fat. Okay.
Fat does not make you fat.
Another lie right there.
But now, on that note, it's more calorically dense. It's double the calories of protein or carbs, which is why, you don't eat fats in as much of a quantity as you do protein or carbs. But fats also digest slowly, which provide long-lasting energy as well. So if you're going on something like a low-impact, longer walk or a hike, fats could be really good for that too. And then fats will also help peanut butter, nuts, and things like that. Think about it when we're hiking, Beth. What are some of our go-to hiking snacks?
Oh, banana peanut butter wrap or something, granola,
granola.
Nuts. Yeah, exactly. Trail mix.
Yeah, exactly. Trail mix is a great example of that, because that's got all three macros. It's got carbohydrates, it's got fats, it's got protein. That's why we eat that type of stuff. It's got quick energy, it's got longer sustaining energy, it's got protein, it's got everything you fucking need.
Exactly. You want to hear something funny? Yeah. Not to go off track, but it is kind of on the track. We're going to use that word. I just realized a couple years ago when we were hiking Katahdin, what trail mix actually meant. And that means because you're eating it on the fucking trail. I swear to God, and everyone's laughing at me. I'm like, oh my God, that's where trail mix comes from. Blonde moment, but yeah.
Oh, I love it. Hey, I mean, you figured it out at 50 years old. That's cool.
Oh, okay. That's why they call it trail mix. Makes sense. Anyway.
Yeah. I love it. Another thing you call it is avid hikers and backpackers. I don't know if you ever heard this, but they'll call it GORP.
No.
Good old raisins and peanuts is what that stands for.
Yeah.
The classic trail mix right there.
Yeah. It's just easy to just get a handful, throw it in your mouth, and keep trucking.
Yeah, for sure. Keep logging those miles. So we broke down why protein, carbohydrates, are fat, and fats are important all together, okay, in conjunction to build a balanced diet to help you stave off fucking overeating and starving and things like that. Yeah. So first place would be to look at eating breakfast if you're already skipping breakfast. Second place I would look at is eating enough calories throughout the day, right? Yeah. So we see this all the time. We know we see this because people tell us, I'm eating 1,200 calories a day and I'm not losing weight, right? Well, maybe they're eating 1,200 calories a day for 3 or 4 days. The other 3 or 4 days, it's 3,000 calories a day, 3,500 calories a day, because they're so damn restricted. Yeah. So eat more meals earlier in the day, eat more calories earlier in the day. And there's research to support this too. Loading your breakfast with a protein has been proven to help with weight loss and helps with sustainability and people and sticking with it and staying on track. And one of the really good examples of that is eggs and oatmeal are two of those classic breakfast meals that have, both of those things have been unfairly demonized in the past. Oatmeal gets demonized by fucking idiot carnivore people.
Oh my God. I'm still hearing shit about oatmeal. It's just so weird. So weird to me.
They feed oats to fatten pigs or fatten whatever animal, horses or whatever. It's like, cool. Well, we're not a fucking animal. So
yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. What was the second part of that? I just had a brain fart. Oats. So I said oats.
Oats, eggs.
So eggs.
You can literally have anything for breakfast. It doesn't have to be a breakfast item. I get so many people like, oh my God, I don't like eggs. It's like, you don't have to fucking eat eggs. You can literally eat anything you want for breakfast. It doesn't have to be eggs. It doesn't have to be Greek yogurt. It doesn't have to be fucking oatmeal. You can have a chicken bowl that you had last night with rice.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like step out of the box. And really, if you care, you're going to make it a priority. You're going to find a way. You're going to find what you like. You have to find just what you like, not what somebody else likes. Because if you don't like eggs, or Greek yogurt, don't ask somebody that's all they eat is great eggs and Greek yogurt to suggest something for you. You really have to figure out what's going to work for you.
Totally. And what works for you means something that you can reasonably stick with most of the time, that you won't get tired of, and that will get you closer to your health and fitness goals.
Yeah.
And of course, that when I say get you close to your health and fitness goals, that doesn't mean that every food has to be of the most nutritious choice. Absolutely not. There's plenty of room in there for those fun foods.
Yeah.
But let's get the basics down first.
So eating a big breakfast, then eating a big lunch. But what, I'm sure you get this a lot of the time too, is I don't have enough time. I need a quick breakfast, Matt, quick. But here's the thing. When I hear that, I think you're not planning. So if you don't have time, why aren't you planning? Why isn't your breakfast in the fucking fridge, ready to go in the morning for you to take with you because you're so busy?
It's not that they don't have time, Beth. Let's be real here. It's not a priority to them. It's not a fucking priority.
I hear this so much, and it kind of
overnight oats takes 30 seconds to prepare.
It really does. Do it at night right before you go to bed.
30 fucking seconds. You don't have 30 seconds? Bullshit.
I need quick. I need fast. I'm on the run. Okay, well, you have time at night. I'm sorry, but you can have 10 minutes to take and throw something together. If you can make your child a meal, you can make yourself a meal. You are always taking care of other people than yourself. You can take care of yourself too, in the mix of taking care of everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just thought of this just happened this morning, talking about not having time for something. So we're doing that coaching offer right now for September, right? And as part of that, we're getting people onto phone calls with us to talk about how it works, the free month of September, and to talk about our program. Somebody told me this morning they didn't have time for a 15-minute call for a free. They didn't have time for a 15-minute phone call to get a month of free coaching with us. So I'm like, okay, well then.
But they applied for it, right?
Yeah, they applied for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't understand. So they just what were you expecting, right?
What was this person expecting? Like, I can't make you do, like, I can't change you by doing nothing. You have no time for a 15-minute call to. And you don't have time for coaching. Life. You don't have time for working out. You don't have time for learning anything. So drop the bullshit excuses. You have time. It's just not a priority.
We make time for what is a priority for us. You really do. And I don't give a fuck who you are. You make the fucking time. If you have a concert you want to go to, you're going to make sure that you drop fucking everything to get to that concert. Anything that you want to do, you're going to make time to do. Trust me, I do it. Matt does it. We all do it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know who said this. I don't know who the original person is. Everybody's probably said it, but instead of saying you don't have time, just say it's not a priority to me, and see how quickly you get your shit together. Yeah. I don't have time is such a cop-out.
What's the saying? If it's a priority, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. And that's true. That's 100% true.
It really is.
You are just not a priority. That's okay. Taking care of yourself is not a priority. Say that. Don't blame it on your kids, because your kids need you to be at your best.
Yeah. I can't stand when people blame shit on their kids. I used to do that, but it drives me fucking nuts now. It's like, you know what? You had these kids. Don't blame them for anything. They need you to feed them. Like that, like they're not your excuse. Themselves.
They should be your fucking reason.
I used to blame drinking on Johnny. And now when I think about the fact that I blamed my drinking on because my son cried all the time or he didn't sleep, he was a fucking baby. And here I am, like, drinking and downing bottles of wine because he was crying all the time. And I would be like, well, I just can't deal. He cries all the time. It's like, he's a fucking baby, and here I am blaming my alcoholism on someone that has no, say in the matter. So, yeah.
Well, you had your come to moment, and you started being real with yourself and honest with yourself.
That's the thing. You just have to get real
co-signing your own bullshit.
Yourself. Stop blaming everything on everyone else and everything. You have to take responsibility and take action for your life.
Nobody else is going to do this for you. Nobody else is going to change you. People can help you change. People can help guide you and support you, such as myself and Beth and other coaches. We can guide you and support you, but we're not going to do the work for you. We can't. Yeah. We would love to, but we can't. Actually, no, we want to love to. We don't want to do the work for you. We want to teach you how to fucking do the work on your own.
Exactly.
You teach a man to fish, or you can fish for the man and see which one is more successful long term, right?
Yeah.
Well said. Anything else we want to add to overeating at night? I think that's pretty much it. Like those are like
just making sure you eat enough at your meals and stop snacking all the. If I get one more question about, oh my God, can you give me a quick snack? Why do you need so many fucking snack ideas? Like really,
you need 3 or 4 snacks a day. You're not eating enough.
What's wrong? Yeah. I mean,
1 or 2 snacks is cool.
I've never had so many fucking questions for I need a quick snack idea. Okay, grab a fucking cheese stick and a yogurt. I mean, what do you want me to grab? An apple, a fucking banana? What kind of snacks do you want? Like a gourmet fucking setup, a charcuterie board? What do you want?
Literally, the only time I feel snacky is when I have not eaten enough, and this is exactly what
there we go, Matt. Ding ding dong, right there. Exactly.
And you're not snacky. You're just fucking hungry,
or you're bored,
or you're bored. Yeah, for sure. Eat a meal that's more than 250 calories. Eat a meal that is not low carb. Eat a meal that isn't diet friendly, right? Yeah. What I mean by that is stop looking for diet foods, low fat this, low carb that, these high fiber wraps. Cool. I have nothing wrong with the high fiber wraps, but I see people literally eating nothing but those.
Yeah.
There's no diversity there.
Right.
They're just eating these diet foods, and then they're wondering why they're not satisfied. Diet foods.
Exactly. Or they're getting stuff like Kodiak cake pancakes, Kodiak cake oatmeal with 10 grams of protein. They're going for these protein things that aren't really fucking protein. Those are carbohydrate sources with protein in it. So if you actually added protein to those, they would be more satisfying. So that is not a fucking protein source. So yeah, you're going to be hungry if you have Kodiak cake pancakes with literally fucking nothing else.
Yeah.
Because that's only 10 grams of protein, not even, I don't think. And then the oatmeal, you're not adding anything. You're like, oh, it's high protein. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not fucking protein. It's carbohydrate with protein in it.
Yep, for sure. So I literally just had Kodiak cakes over the weekend, so I can attest to this. I had 3 pancakes, 2 eggs, and then I had a cup of fruit on top of my pancakes. That was a very well balanced meal. There was lots of protein in there because the way I made my Kodiak cakes is I used milk and an egg to get the extra protein in there. A lot of people will just use water, so use the milk and the egg for the extra protein there. And then I added eggs in there for some additional protein. First of all, I just wanted eggs as well with my breakfast. And then, that gave me an extra 12 grams of protein with the 2 eggs right there. So I came in at like 40 grams of protein between the 3 pancakes, the two eggs. And then I don't know the math, but I probably had 10 grams of fiber with the Kodiak cakes and the fruit. So
that's a filling breakfast right there. But if you would have just had the Kodiak cake pancakes with nothing else, you probably would have been hungry.
For sure.
An hour or so later.
I absolutely would have. And that breakfast right there, guess what it did? It sustained me for 6 to 7 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't recommend that for most people, but what I did is I made breakfast, I went on a walk, and then my son and I went to the gym. We got a workout in for about an hour, and then we came back home, changed, showered, and then we went golfing. We did a round of 9 holes of golf. We were gone for 6 or 7 hours. We did take a banana with us to snack on the way to golf, so that helped to keep our hunger at bay there as well.
Yeah.
So that was a practical snack. I didn't feel like I needed a snack, but I knew it was going to be some time before I was going to be able to eat. And so I was proactive with that by eating the banana, even though I wasn't hungry, because I knew I would be hungry.
And that's a good topic to talk about too, actually, Matt, that you were being proactive with before your hunger came.
You're anticipating
it. We get this question a lot too, is do I eat when I'm not hungry?
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes. Yeah. I mean,
you need to.
If like you're going to do what Matt is going to be gone for a very long time and you had a banana and you're like, I know if I don't have this right now, you probably will be at a point an hour or so later that you would have been really hungry.
And then what happens? Then we get ravenous. That's when you overeat.
And then you make bad decisions.
You should never get to a point in your hunger where you are feeling ravenous and your stomach is hurting.
Shaky.
And you should not get to a 1 or a 2 or a 3 on the hunger scale ever. Okay. When you get down to about a 4 or so, you should, this is why mindfulness is so fucking important in this journey. You should always be checking in with yourself. And when you get down to that 4, then you start be like, okay, what do I need right now? And a simple way to think about that is instead of thinking about food as calories, okay, food is energy, right? So what do I need energy for right now? Okay. If I'm going to be gone for the next 4 or 5 hours, if I'm in executive meetings, board meetings for the next, the second half of the day, what type of energy am I going to need to get me through that? Then you can choose the right foods to help get you through that meeting or through that workout or whatever it might be. You would probably choose some type of a good carbohydrate that's going to be slow digesting to give you a slow, sustained energy release. Yeah. And we don't expect people to know these things right. We're telling you these right now, but this is also why working with the coach can be so fucking beneficial to you. Okay. Beth and myself, we do this with our clients every single day. Hundreds of clients have gone through our programs with great success with these same exact things. So we definitely know what we're talking about here.
Yeah. We can teach you how to exactly what Matt was saying, like building that healthy plate, building like knowing what to eat when, you're not going to be like, oh, I think I may be a little bit hungry, but I'm going to go grab a little snack of Lay's chips. Like it's not going to satisfy you.
Yeah. If you're hungry, chips are never going to satisfy you.
Never.
Fucking
never. Yeah.
I will bet money on, I will say 100% certainty, chips will not solve your fucking hunger.
You'll just keep eating them. So
chips and an apple and some fruit that might help. Fruit, chips and an apple and a sandwich. There you go. That's definitely going to solve your fucking hunger.
Sometimes for a snack, I'll have like a little bag of popcorners, the little travel bag, whatever they call them, snack bags. And then I'll have like a couple light string cheeses and maybe, like you said, like an apple. That to me, that's a snack. Yeah, and that's going to hold me. That's a pretty significant snack that'll hold me over if I have a long time between meals.
Yeah. I literally don't even eat chips. I always have chips in my house, but I don't use them as a snack. People might hear that and get confused about it. When I eat chips, it's because I just want to eat chips.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm looking for a snack when I'm hungry. Exactly. I just want chips. That's why I eat them. They don't need to have a purpose other than I just fucking want it.
Yeah.
Water break, hydrate or dihydrate. Okay. So we did a pretty deep dive into that topic there. I really love like what we were talking about though with being proactive with our hunger and thinking ahead. If we can get you in that mindset of thinking ahead instead of being in the moment. In the moment is good. You want to be in the moment, but don't let it get to the point where you just realize you haven't eaten for 6 hours. We want to avoid that.
And bring stuff with you. Have shit prepared already in your purse. And I'm not talking about a fucking extravagant meal snack. I'm talking about always carry an apple or a banana or a protein bar. Always have something with you so you're not caught at the grocery store going, I'm so fucking hungry, and you grab a Snickers. I hear this all the time.
Yeah.
I was so hungry, I just grabbed some M&Ms. Why the fuck would you do that? I mean, just grab the apple out of your purse. Grab the protein bar. You don't need to grab a Snickers at the fucking grocery store. That's not going to do anything for you besides give you a fucking sugar crash.
Instant gratification, it'll give them that. It'll give them dopamine.
Yeah. But you gotta plan. And it doesn't have to be some crazy extravagant plan. It's just put shit with you in your car. Always have it there so you know.
But Beth, I don't have the energy to plan. It just takes too much time to takes too much time to plan, Beth.
Well then, you know what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. Right. That's all I have to say.
So the pain of planning is too much, but the pain of overeating thousands of calories at night isn't too much. Let's just be clear here. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. It's not a priority then.
See how the way we talk, when we start shifting the way that we talk to it's just not a priority to me, it's just not important to me. That should be a fucking eye opener right there.
Yeah. And also
planning isn't important to me. Okay.
Right.
Just say it.
And if you keep saying these things over and over again, like I even made a post about this, it's like your thoughts ultimately dictate your actions. So if you're going to keep saying, I never have time, I never have fucking time, you're not going to have time.
If you keep telling yourself that you're a bad person, you're going to feel like you're a bad person.
Yeah. It's thoughts become things.
For sure. The way you talk to yourself and the way you think to yourself matters.
Start saying, you know what? I'm working on, planning better. I'm working on time management.
Yeah. I'm working on marketing and copywriting and my writing and things like that. So, with my business. So, am I great at it right away? Hell no. But a little bit better every day, learn from my mistakes and find out how I can improve. And those small changes will add up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think that's the bottom line on that one. What do you think?
Line, folks. I think so.
Awesome. So what else we got on our agenda today? Let's see. It's coming up
September 1st is Friday. So
ooh, yeah. So
we'll be having some new Patreon workouts and challenges.
Yep.
Coming up.
New month. That's crazy, man. These months are just stacking up.
Isn't that crazy?
Stacking up. I can't believe we're only 4 months away from the fucking a new year.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, be proactive now. Don't wait until New Year's.
Yeah.
Start working on your shit now.
You don't have to wait till New Year's.
Sustainable habits now. Hey, my camera just zoomed in on me when I
just
did
saw
that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I saw a squirrel. Okay. My camera. You have the same camera, right? The same webcam?
I do, but it's not connected right now.
Oh, gotcha. It's one of those AI ones. So it's like,
yeah.
If nobody can see that unless we release a video of that, but nobody can see it because it's just following me around. So
right. Oh my God, that's trippy.
I can't get away from my camera is what I mean. So that's pretty cool though, actually, for like demonstrations. I've actually used it a couple of times in like my live trainings that I'll do with our clients is I'll get up and demonstrate something on the other side of the room and the camera just follows me over. It's pretty sweet.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. So September. So you've got your 10K coming up. I've got a vacation coming up. At the end of September, I'm going whitewater rafting again if I can get my ankle healthy. I'm not going to go. That's my goal right now is to get my ankle healthy for whitewater rafting because it's the one that I do every year, the class 5s, because they only have that for like a 4-week stretch in West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the only time of the year to do it. So I'm hopeful that I'll get my ankle to a good place. I'm not going to take any risks that I need my ankle to be healthy.
That's how you injured it in the first place.
I think so. I don't know. I'm torn because like Katahdin and everything kind of just blended all together last year. But also, I kind of sprained my ankle earlier in the year last year.
Oh, when were you on a scooter or something?
I was on a scooter. Yeah, we went out downtown Toledo. Sierra and I did. I met up with my buddy Jude. And when we were doing that, I had this, I don't remember what it was exactly, but I hurt my ankle on one of those stupid fucking scooters. And that was actually the start of my ankle problem. So I think if we traced it back, that's probably what it was. And then Mount Katahdin didn't help by falling off of a cliff. Whitewater rafting didn't help by jamming myself into a rapid and going on class 5 rapids. And none of the other stuff I've done over this last year with hiking and everything hasn't helped it. So now's the time to do that. Taking a few months off to get myself right.
Yeah. I'll be in San Diego at the end of September I'm going to Coldplay.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's the end of September.
Yeah. I'm going there for 5 days. So that'll be fun.
Okay. Hell yeah. That'll be amazing. Coldplay. We were rocking out the Coldplay last year when we were in for Katahdin. What song did we listen to?
Fix You, I think.
Fix You. Was that it?
Yeah.
That's a fucking sad song.
It is.
Jesus.
It is. I know. I love those sad songs though. I run to that shit.
I'll have to share I made a fucking sad playlist on Spotify just last month. And tell you what, if you don't feel like crying, it will make you feel like cry. There's been a couple of nights where I literally just put on my fucking sad playlist and just have a good cry. There's nothing wrong with that. And I actually felt so much better when I did that. I've been learning to cry, actually. Not learning to cry. I've been learning to let myself cry. Yeah. As an outlet to express my feelings and get my feelings out. I always feel better when I do it. So I'm just crying I'm not just kidding. I'm not crying all the time, but I'm not afraid to cry.
Good. Yeah.
Like sometimes I literally am like, I just need to have a good cry. So I put on some Coldplay.
That'll do it.
Yeah, no, I will say I know that people have asked about how I'm doing and everything too. I'm doing really great. Got a great support system and been prioritizing myself here for a while. So I'm doing good.
Good.
Yay. Feeling good. All right, Nerdle, I think that's it.
All right. It's already 2.
It was good catching up with you.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right. See ya. Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.